I look like trash. Oh, okay. So I'm cleaning right now. I'm in the process of recording a video because I need to deep clean my apartment. And it's not going to happen in a day. Like, this is something that's going to take me a couple of days to do. So I was thinking about life while I was cleaning because I've been in my apartment for a really long time without going outside today. And I just wanted to share some thoughts. During the pandemic, I was actually thinking there must be something wrong with me, and because I wasn't really going out, I started getting comfortable with not talking to people. And when I had to start doing it again, it was really anxiety fueled for me to have to interact with people. Like, I would stutter and I would freeze and I wouldn't know what to say. And I just was like, okay, there must be something wrong with me if I can't socialize with people and I don't feel comfortable socializing and I have this anxiety now. So I went to see several doctors. I've talked about this a couple of times in my videos. So I'm sorry if you're watching this and I'm like repeating myself. But for a lot of people who don't know, I've been diagnosed with autism in Japan, and they use the same test that they use in America, so it's not different. The test is like a standardized testing method that is recognized through the medical practice. It's not different based on cultures. That doesn't really matter. That's not what, when they're testing autism, they're testing like your cognitive function, like how you process information, like they test you basically like you do in school. You're reading, you're writing, problem solving, all these different aspects of thinking. I found out I have autism a couple of years ago. I didn't know anything about autism. And when I made this channel, I kind of didn't really want to mention that I have autism because I don't really know a lot about autism. But people started clocking me and being like, I think this girl has autism, or are you autistic? So it just, I guess I should just say I have autism. But then when I started saying, yeah, I have autism, people were like, you don't have autism. You're just pretending. You're just saying that because it's like trendy to say you're autistic. And then I was like, yeah, people are just gonna hate because I'm weird, and I can embrace it or I can deny it, but the hate is gonna be there. So I read the comments, and people are always leaving like really thoughtful things and saying like, are you okay? People worry because I do like have meltdowns on camera sometimes, and I try not to. Like, when I first started making videos, my channel is 5 years old, so I tried making videos 5 years ago, and if I talked about my autism and like how I got diagnosed and all these things, I would start crying and I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop crying. And I feel like I've improved so much more now where I can stop it, I can hold it back. I feel like I'm still too vulnerable sometimes. I have some really good close friends. I don't feel like I want to bother them with my problems. Like, if I feel sad, if I feel alone, I don't feel like I want to tell them that there's something wrong, because I know that they're going through a lot and I don't want to add to that. And I know that they care. Like, it's in here. Like, I know that they care. I know that they love me. I know that they would be there for me if I needed them. But I just don't reach out when I feel bad. And I think that YouTube has helped me because I can just talk to myself and I feel better. And when I used to do therapy, it was the same thing. Like, I would basically just talk and my therapist would listen. She wouldn't really say much. She would ask me to elaborate on a lot of things that I was feeling, but I basically felt like I was just talking to myself, and I cried a lot. And that for me was really important to have because I didn't have to go and bother my friends with my problems. But I don't do therapy now because it's expensive and I don't have time because I'm working all the time. But I just wanted to let everyone know who's worried about me. Everyone has like bad days, but mine are just on camera. Like a lot of people a lot of people comment, and I don't I know that they mean well. I know that their heart is in the right place when they say like you should go back to America, you should be with your family, but not everyone has that ability to go. I look sad a lot of the time because I'm just tired. Like I've been working my whole life since I was old enough to work. I feel like it ages you really quickly. Like I feel so much older just because I'm working every day. I watched D'Angelo Wallace's video about depression and how like he's never gonna feel, basically he says like I'm never gonna feel okay, and that's okay. Like it's something that you have to deal with every day. You have to like basically fight to want to stay alive every day. I don't know. I think like I'm not depressed, I'm just poor. So as you get older, life is like this wheel. Like you get on this wheel and it's turning and you're running and you can't get off of it. Like every day I have to be able to work and do the things that I need to do, because if I don't, then I won't be able to pay rent, and I won't be able to eat, and I won't be able to live here. There is like no days where I can just be like, I don't feel like working today. I'm not happy today. Today I'm not going to vlog. Today I'm not going to go to work. Like I can't do that. So maybe that's why sometimes it seems like I'm sad, but that's just life. Like life is like, I'm actually not sure what I want to say now, because I was thinking I would sit here and tell you that I'm fine and that everything's okay and not to worry about me. But it's okay also like to not be okay. And sometimes like you have to do stuff. Like you have to find the reason why you want to do stuff. And for me, it's always been like to make my friends happy. Sometimes I feel like my friends, they feel the same way I feel. Like they feel that they can't really take a break, and they feel like they're not really important, and I want them to feel important. And it also looks like I have a mullet, and not like a wolf cut mullet, but like a really bad mullet. I want to say this, I'm not trying to give anyone advice. I'm not like a psychology person. I don't really know much about mental illness or things about mental health. So just listen to me as someone that is ignorant. But you need to find your purpose. And that purpose doesn't need to be great. It doesn't need to be, some people think that your purpose is like something huge, like a huge accomplishment. Your purpose can be, I just want to be able to take care of my parents when they can't take care of themselves anymore. I just want to show my partner how much they matter to me. I want my dog to feel happy. Like something, and it can change. It can be something different every day. It can be a bunch of things. It can be one thing, but you need to find the thing that you want to do. It doesn't need to be a career path or a number or an accomplishment. It can just be like, I want to be a good friend for others. Just make a list of the stuff that matters to you. And this is something that my therapist told me. So I'm just giving you some free information that I got from therapy. But you have to have these values. Everyone has these values, and these values are about yourself. So you want to be a good friend, you want to be a good partner, you want to be a good daughter. And then look at your life and see your actions, do my actions pull me towards these goals or away from these goals? And you can see why sometimes you're not happy, because your actions are not representing the person who you want to be, or who you think you are. So I think it's important to think about those things when you feel sad. I was going through really bad depression the beginning of this year, and I've mentioned this a lot, so I'm sorry if you already heard this story. But I basically lost my job, and it was something that I was doing for 4 years. It was my purpose. That was my purpose. That was what made me happy. It was my entire life was revolved around my job. And I had to move to a tiny apartment, and I had to basically start over. So in the beginning, when I started my YouTube this year, because I did have my YouTube for 5 years, but I didn't post regularly before. So the beginning of this year is when everything basically fell apart and I was at rock bottom. So I do think that a lot of my videos I look sad, or I don't seem that happy, and it's because I was going through the worst time of my life in the beginning of the year, and I was trying to overcome a lot of things, like not being financially stable, not having a job. So I was dealing with a lot of substance problems, and I'm at a much better place now. I'm still not where I want to be. I'm still not as happy as I used to be, but I'm still trying to overcome these events that I've gone through. So that's why I might seem unhappy sometimes, or I seem sad. It's because I'm still trying to figure things out. I'm still trying to get back to where I was. And I know that it's going to take a while to have a stable life again. But my values are what keeps me going. And I know that I'm doing the right thing for myself. I just want everyone to know, like, it's okay to not be okay. I think the pressure of like trying to be happy all the time, trying to hide your emotions, and not showing your true self, especially for autistic people, like to mask, to pretend like you're happy and excited about everything. I think that causes more harm than good. So yeah, I made this, by the way. This thing in the back here, these pictures, this is fan art. And one day I was super sad. I didn't want to post any videos because I was still like in mourning of my loss of my previous life. And I know that's like really dramatic, but that's how I felt. So I started a collage. I started putting up pictures and like little trinkets of things that people gave me, because it reminded me that there's people who care about me. There's people who like me and who think I'm special and want me here. Sometimes it's important to reflect on these things. And I think as long as you have your values, you're going to be fine. And I just want to say, like, don't give up. If you feel like there's no one there for you, if you feel like you're alone, you can still make a difference in someone's life. You can still do good for others. So even if you feel like your life is meaningless, I think you should try to make a difference in someone else's life, because it is very fulfilling to see someone else smile and to see someone else feel encouraged by you. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say, is I'm okay. And I have autism, so I don't really emote that much, but I have been going through a lot. So that's why you see me sometimes not looking so great, is because I'm still going through a lot. So I'm not lonely. I'm not going to go back to America. I'm perfectly happy with my life here. I'm just trying to start over. So, yeah, that's it. I hope this was helpful in some way to someone. I guess that's it for right now. Hopefully I can get the cleaning video done soon.